Wow. It's mostly because of him, you know. We grew up together and started playing guitar and drums from the age of, I was 6 and he was 4. So I always played guitar when he was playing the drums, and that was it. So I tend to write around his drum playing, and he's my favorite drummer, you know. So I try to, the guitar and the drums are like the engine of the band, and maybe that's how you get that forward momentum kind of thing. Also, we're very energetic and
we usually play too much, you know, all the time, and that's our main discussion with our sound engineer just now, because we were talking about this show we did last summer, and it's like and it's with this whole band, you know, with the keyboard player, the whole horn section, everything, like everybody's like blasting and doing the whole thing, you know, and it's a lot of information in there. It's powerful. It's very, very powerful when we all play like it's our last gig. So that's kind of one of our challenges, you know, to be able to use all that energy, but use it wisely, you know, so you don't kind of like you don't want to strangle people, you know, you want to excite them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you'd be okay if you started strangling people.
Yeah, well.
I do.
It's really strange because we on smaller venues like this we try to scale down the back line, and still it sounds like a fight, and it's supposed to sound like a fight. Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
We too.
Yeah, but I think it all started when we were kids, you know, because Amund has always had this like seriousness to playing. And like there's no point of no return, and we used to fight a lot when we were kids, and I realized at one point that the same face on Amund when he was like about to like kick my ass, that's the same mug he puts on when he plays the guitar. It's the same thing. When he turns over to me and it's like it goes like that, and it's like oh. Fuck yeah, this is the shit, and when we play together, I'm able to fight back that same thing, which is but I can really remember that same expression from when we used to kick our asses, you know, like crazy, fight like crazy when we were kids. So and I think that seriousness to playing that Amund always puts in his music, that spreads to the whole band. We're all like that now, and we didn't used to, because a lot of people that play, they have like, well, it's music and it's supposed to be fun and everything, and and you just doing one gig, you do another gig, but it's like for Amund, it's like no, you do the fucking gig, you do it, and you do it right, and you do it like it's the last gig you're ever gonna play, and it's serious, and I really like that, because that makes you put all the energy in there and put it on the right place, because it's and only when you take it seriously, that's when music is fun, you know, if you really do it.
How old were you when you first started playing drums?
I was like 4 years old, I think, when I beat out a couple of those toy kits that you would get on the toy store, and then we would start to jam together like when we were like 5 maybe. I was like 5 and he was 7.
Yeah.
Can you remember the first time you jammed together?
I can't.
It's been since always, you know. I cannot remember a time when we didn't play music, because I bought my first electric guitar when I was 7. I got my first acoustic with a proper 6-string when I was 6, and I have pictures of myself with a cowboy hat and an acoustic guitar when I was 2. You know, so it's never been anything else besides this. It's just we grew up on a farm, so we played music and drove tractors. You know, that's all we've been doing.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
A lot of people commented on that they feel like we have like this this strange way of communicating when we play. And we never really talked about it or thought about it. But I just think it's.
You know, I never look at him. You know, I haven't looked at him on stage for like I don't know, 10, 12 years, because it's very intuitive. It's I hear him, and we do these jams when it's just drums and guitar, and we never know. It might end up in a White Stripes song. It might end up in some Allman Brothers stuff. We never know. And you know, it's my head is like bouncing so hard up, back and forth. I just see him in a haze, you know. But I feel his energy, and I think a lot of drummers kind of hate me because I'm
You're making them work hard.
Yeah, you know. If I sit in at a blues jam or whatever, I always turn around to the drummer and start. You know, I look at him as I'm going to kill him. And I bounce up and down and make him work really, really hard, because I get really pissed off when the musicians don't take it seriously, and when people just that just like fool around with it. You know, it's supposed to be dynamic, but it's supposed to be real, for real.
Yeah. I remember seeing my dad. Demolished this old building. I remember. That's kind of like I think that's my first visual image when I was like I think I was like 3 years old or something. And I asked my mom about this, because that's like the first memory I think I have. I was just standing outside and I saw my dad with a chainsaw and tearing down this old building, which was the home that he used to live in. Remember?
Yeah.
And that's about my first memory. I think it is. But
was there a rhythm in that? What he was doing?
No. No, I don't think it was rhythm in that way. But
it made a noise.
It made a lot of noise. It did, and I think well, that's interesting though, when you think about that, because there's been a lot of noise and a lot of rhythm in what we grew up to it, like doing the farm thing and everything, like when my dad was like repairing stuff in the workshop, hammering and pounding, you know, away.
The grain elevator in the barn. The grain elevator in the barn had a rhythm. I remember we did Catfish Blues by Muddy Waters, and the drum pattern we came up with was the grain elevator in the barn.
That's funny actually, because
sounds like a joke, but it's true.
We realized that this was like a rhythm that we grew up with. We can we can remember when our granddad. We used to work with him and hang with him. He was the coolest guy ever. It was so funny, and he would make up whatever you needed. It was just whatever you would find. It was like MacGyver. He was the best granddad you can have, and when we used to hang with him, a lot of noises would pop up, and especially that grain elevator. I remember that one since we were kids.
And the combine harvester has a rhythm, and it has a pitch.
Just check that out on YouTube actually, because Amund is jamming with this combine harvester on with this with this big Marshall rig in front of the harvester combine. This is the last summer. We just rigged it up for fun, and
it's on YouTube now. We rigged up the combine harvester. I put my big Marshall in the cabinet and the guitar, and just cranked it up. We started the combine harvester. We put on all the internal works in it, and it has a key. The sound it makes is a G. So I was just playing in the key of G, you know, and the combine was going bop 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 bop. And our grandmother came, and she was really wondering what the hell we were doing.
What kind of job do you do? It's like,
Yeah, it's like you have a good job. I know we have the best job in the world,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
But you know, it's our job. But you know, there's really nothing else to do. You know, if I wasn't playing guitar, I don't know what I would do with myself.
I don't know what you do either.
No,
Having seen you
I would
play.
burn up inside. You know.
Yeah.
So we're very lucky.
Yeah. And you're lucky you have a drummer.
Yeah.
yeah, we have a
That's the whole. You know, that's the like we talked about. That's the whole engine of the band. You know. We're always thinking it's a duo with musicians backing us up. You know. That's why we have the stage set up the way it is, with the drums on the side, so I can just turn out around to Henrik and we can jam, and just like the old days, you know, when we were kids. I had my Fender Twin and a Les Paul or whatever cranked up really loud with a long cable, and I would run over to Henrik and just almost put my head in range of his sticks, you know. So it's been like that forever.
Yeah.
Really.
Because I did notice that when I was filming you guys, you didn't even flinch.
No.
You didn't care at all. And that kind of goes with what you're saying.
Yeah, and when we're playing live, is, you know, I think you can probably take off my leg or something when I'm playing, because I really don't know what's happening. It's like a trance. It's like the feel of being inside this bubble is so strong that I can't really tell how long we've been playing. It feels like 10 minutes. We've been playing for 2 hours.
that's the fantastic thing about it. If you're able to get like hypnotized when you're doing it, you know, and that's the best feeling ever, because you just do things and you don't think about it, and jam so well up, like the riffs comes up, you know, and we pick it up and we fool around with it, we change it, and we do all this kind of stuff all the time. It's there's a lot of spontaneous arrangements and jam-alongs going on in this band, which is really cool. And we try to develop this thing where everybody listens, and you're more concerned about whatever everybody else does than yourself. You know, it's the same thing about conversations, you know. And if you're just like concerned about what you're saying instead of listening, you're gonna have a hard time doing the best conversation. But if you just use all your energy on listening, you're gonna say the right things, and it's gonna be a whole lot better conversation. And that's kind of the thing that we're trying to do in the band as well. You listen to everybody else, and you try to bounce off that.
And sometimes it goes wrong, you know, and then you just figure out a way of landing on your feet. But you know, it's supposed to be dangerous. It's supposed to be on the edge, you know. As an audience, you're supposed to see this band really getting off on their music, and no one in the room knows where it's gonna end. That's a really cool thing, you know, and
making mistakes as well. It's like, why not?
Because
it doesn't matter.
You're making mistakes because you keep trying.
Yeah.
You never let up. You keep trying, you know, and finding new ways of surviving up there, you know. Yeah, that's why feedback comes in handy, you know, and you know, drum solos. When you're a guitar player and if you get sick, I just turn over to him and I go and throw up, and it's a drum solo. We did that in a couple of years ago. I was really sick and we did the show, and I have to throw up, and he just did the drum solo, you know, and filling in the blanks.
Yeah.
We never canceled a gig. We in the old days we used to do like three sets, or well, our record is 11 sets in one day.